Hello everyone, welcome to BrainX. Today I'm going to talk about 9 best tips about how to be the best version of yourself and live your best life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, comment and subscribe to my channel for the next videos about your mental well-being. Everyone wants to become the best version of themselves, but few do it. We are our worst enemies when it comes to achieving success, chasing our dreams and living a life filled with passion and purpose. Some of us are self-destructive without realizing it, and others are conscious about the fact but lack of the tools and knowledge to improve. But no matter who you are, 6 main habits continually get in people's way of becoming a success. What does be your best self mean? You finally decided to work on your best self, but what does that term actually mean? The definition of best self is subjective. Your version of your best self may not be the same as your family or close friends. Considering this, do not give in to the temptation of comparing yourself with others. Instead, remember your definition of your best self. Additionally, your best self doesn't need to be the same thing forever. Over time, your definition of your best self will change in all areas of your life, so do not be afraid to be flexible. Generally, your best self means taking control of your life. When you call the shots, you become more empowered to make decisions toward your happiness. More than that, remember that your best self doesn't always mean winning. All areas of your life can't turn out the way you want to. That's simply not how life works. Instead, it's about acknowledging that being your best self means showing up to face each challenge. Even if you ask your most successful close friends, they will tell you that unlocking your best self is not an overnight process. Sometimes it can take a lifetime. Just brace yourself for the ride and enjoy the journey. Your motivation involves the reasons you have for wanting to become your best self. If you start your journey towards self-improvement without clearly knowing your motivations, you may lose track of why you are making an effort to become better in the first place. There are 2 types of motivation, namely intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation is something that is driven by your beliefs and values. For example, you want to become your best self because you enjoy being challenged. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is triggered by external factors such as avoidance of punishment, recognition, or reward. For instance, you want to become your best self so you can get a raise at work or so you can impress your close friends. Whatever your reasons are for wanting to become better, do not forget them. Use it as an anchor to stay on track with your goals. The journey is long, the obstacles hard. The plan, though, is simple. Let's go over the plan in a little more detail. Here is how to become the best version of yourself. 1. Visualize your future self. Think about your perfect self. What does he or she look like? How does he or she speak, think, eat, and interact with others? And what is he or she capable of that you aren't? Define your perfect self in adjectives that are measurable and obtainable. For example, you can say, he's kind and treats everyone with compassion, or she's strong and eats healthy food to improve her health. It's best if you take the time to write these things down and keep them somewhere where you will be able to see them at least once a week. This will help remind you of what you are working toward. It is also important to prioritize the things to be your best self. You may have many things on your list, and that's great. However, try to choose one at a time to consciously work on. For example, you can start by trying to eat healthier by replacing junk food with fruit. Once that becomes a habit, you can work on speaking more clearly in meetings with your boss. Take it one step at a time and see how fast you grow as a person. To help you visualize your future self, you can also write a letter from the perspective of yourself 10 or 20 years down the road. What do they want to tell you? How do they speak to you and feel about themselves in their life? Doing this will help you get a feel for the personality you can develop with patience and practice. 2. Tackle your goals. It's a good idea to start with the shortest timed goals. I will floss every day. Will only take about a week or two to perfect, whereas I will run a marathon. Will likely take at least several months. Get started with the ones you know you can complete quickly to build confidence. With each habit you introduce into your newly constructed lifestyle, you will be one step closer to learning how to be your best self. You will also gain momentum with each goal, which will motivate you toward the next goal. By the time you reach the goals that could take months or even years to implement, you will be so full of new skills and motivation that you will tackle them with no problem. 3. Ensure your goals match your purpose. Remember that each of your goals should have a purpose. You may find that a couple of months or years down the line, a certain goal of yours no longer suits your interests or priorities. Maybe there is no good purpose for having 10% body fat, but instead, you find it important to have functional strength and cardiovascular stamina. In this case, you would align your plan to fit your new goals. Instead of focusing on body fat percentage, you would plan workouts that focus on increasing strength and stamina. Take some time at least once a month to ensure that your goals are still pointing you in the direction of your priorities and life purpose. If they are not, take some time to alter your vision and your plan. 4. Offer yourself unconditional love. If you want to be your best self and step away from the status quo, you have to offer yourself a level of unconditional love that you likely haven't experienced before. To improve yourself, you must accept where you are today wholeheartedly, without judgment or criticism. By working from where you are today, you will be able to step out of your comfort zone without fear of failure or rejection because you know that your self-love will not waver. If you fall back a step or two, catch yourself. Recognize where you went wrong, offer positive, supportive thoughts, and push yourself forward again. As you learn how to be your best self, you will also need to be your own best friend to feel good and live your life on your terms. 5. Stop the fear of failure. Does failing make you worry about what your close friends think about you? Does failing to worry you that people will think you are stupid and not a competent person? Does failing make you worry about the future and the desired lifestyle you seek? Do you tell people beforehand that you don't expect to succeed or thrive to lower expectations? If any of these describe you, then you'll likely suffer from atychiphobia or fear of failure. It's important to realize that failure is a natural part of all areas of your life and it doesn't signal the end of the world. Highly successful people such as Michael Jordan, Richard Branson, and Bill Gates have all failed at some point in their life. Even your close friends have failed. Failure is needed because that's when valuable insights are learned. They can drive you to become highly successful in life. Overcome your fears by analyzing all potential outcomes, practicing positive thinking, having a worst-case scenario to ease your worries, and practice setting goals. Remember, fear will do one thing and one thing only: hold you back. 6. Stop procrastinating. Perfectionism is the mother of procrastination. Procrastination is another form of laziness. Procrastinators sabotage themselves from becoming the best version of themselves. Procrastinators are sidetracked by insignificant factors that ultimately derail their goals. There are many variations of procrastination. To stop procrastinating, make your actions precise and calculated. Have some form of accountability established and set your goals up in a way in which they are small, manageable, and easily achievable. If you are suffering from procrastination, watch our video 11 proven tips to stop procrastination once and for all. 7. Stop pleasing people. Do any of these descriptions sound like you? I want everyone to like me. Or I try to avoid disagreeing with people. I never speak my mind. I never say no. I never get angry. Or I never tell someone how I feel, even when they make me angry. I'd rather go along with the pack than stand my ground. If any of these describe you, I want you to tell yourself no more. It's time for you to stop playing the role of the doormat and start becoming selfish and putting yourself first. For each second you remain in this people pleaser role, a piece of you dies. 8. Stop criticizing and judging others. Do you notice how some people have a short fuse for those who have ideas that are different from theirs? Do you realize how quick people are to judge and label other people without knowing them and not think twice about it? You need to eliminate all negative energy to become the best version of yourself. When you throw negative energy at people, you're potentially damaging a person's self-worth and self-esteem. You are also throwing buckets of negative energy out into the universe yourself. Nice people finish first in life and achieve more than those who are selfish and bitter with the world. Avoid criticizing and judging others by not assuming anything. No, it's not about you, and pretend to walk in their shoes to see the situation from their perspective. 9. Stop the negative self-talk. For example, I could never lose 20 pounds. I'm so stupid. I could never do that job. I look stupid and weird if I try to wear some of these clothes. When you receive a compliment about your work, you say, "Oh, that's nothing." These are the types of things most people say when suffering from negative self-talk. Self-talk is a normal process we all experience, but once it becomes filled with irrational ideas that are negative, then there is a problem. The story that goes on in your head is 100 times worse than the actual story going in your day-to-day life. Silencing the inner critic and putting a positive spin on things are two of the best ways to eliminate negative self-talk. Start by eliminating negative vocabulary, such as always, can't, never, ever, won't, but, should, and try. Final thoughts. With the victory of each goal implemented in different areas of your life, you will be one step closer to learning how to be your best self. Each victory will mark a decision you made and a plan that you carried out or work that you did to make yourself better. You will feel better about yourself with each victory, and with the learning of each new skill or the discipline of each focus, you will find it much easier to move to the next goal. It's a long journey to the top of the mountain, but it's completely obtainable and worth the effort. Start climbing today and you will be well on your way before you even start feeling the pain. I hope this video inspires you to become the best version of yourself. As I said, if you enjoyed this video, like it, comment and subscribe to my channel for the next videos about your mental well-being.